Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. He financed his LDR with a second job. Let's talk about that today. This is our last official day in Metro Manila. We're headed back. Our boat leaves about 5 p.m. today, and it's bittersweet, man. Even though I'm coming back a couple of weeks, we really enjoyed it. I really needed this change of pace. But I got off the WhatsApp with a friend of mine, a little young guy down in Savannah, Georgia, by the name of Will. Shout out to Will. He's a sharp young man with a great job, but he's got himself in a situation over here a lot of guys find themselves in. He's in an LDR, the young lady's pregnant, and he's got to get a second job. Basically to finance the situation. He can't retire. He's only 24. He's in it for the long run. It's really the smart thing to do. I told him, like I tell a lot of you guys, man, these LDRs are expensive. You can say a whole lot about them, but one thing, they're very expensive. I've never felt as powerless as I was in my LDR. It's just, you can't say no. I mean, these are unreasonable requests. No, these aren't unreasonable requests. They just nickel and dime you to death until you get back here to them. But the young lady, she asked for an air conditioner, so he has the air conditioner. Then he has to pay to get it installed. Now they need a electrical box, to make sure that it doesn't, cut off power to the whole building. And I told him, man, it's going to be one thing after another after another. This is on top of all the other stuff, guys. He's not the only one. I've got several friends that are in serious LDR relationships. Good friend of mine just flew over here. Lucky for him, he doesn't live real far from here, but it's still a long distance relationship when he lives in another country. But he flies over here and he takes the girlfriend, her mother, and the niece, and I believe the daughter. Takes them all on a weekend rendezvous because they've got a brownout in their area where they're from. And they've been in a brownout since March. Imagine that. The little lady told him, the little girl told him, she said, this is the greatest vacation I've ever had. And do you blame her? Imagine being without electricity since March. We're going into June. But a transformer blew out in their province. And, in America, hell, they'd fix that in a hurry. But over here in the province where they live, there's no telling when that thing will be fixed. And the crazy thing about it is they said, we've gotten used to it. Well, there ain't no getting used to that. But, you have to talk to him as you would anybody else, but he gives her an allowance every month. On top of all the other stuff that he does. Guys, if you don't hear nothing else I tell you about these LDRs, they're very expensive. Among other things, I mean, it's just brutal. I wouldn't do it. This is in, addition to the round trip tickets these guys have to buy. Because my little buddy Will, he's coming the 28th of this month, which is this Thursday. It'll be his third time coming here within the year. And the tickets just keep going up and up and up, because of the war and the oil situation and all of that. Same with my buddy who lives in the other country nearby. He's paying $900 for a round trip ticket. It's expensive. I don't know why anybody would enter into a long distance relationship. Not with a woman in the Philippines. Hell, unless I lived in Vietnam or somewhere like that, or Thailand, or one of these nearby places, and still, you got to get on that plane. It's just a no-win situation, man. The longest I was in an LDR, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm talking about before I came over here to meet the woman was 2 weeks. Now, of course, when I was with my wife and with my son's mother, I'm talking about after I had already met them, 2 months, 3 months, taking care of business. But that would be the longest because I couldn't do it. It's just too expensive, man. They're always going to need something. It's always going to be something that you're going to have to pay. This guy was smart. He said, well, I'll get a second job. That job is strictly to finance the young lady, our child, in this LDR. Crazy, right? But it's all crazy when you talk about relationships over here. Nothing's normal about it. And people always want to push back against that. These are abnormal relationships. First of all, you live on the other side of the planet from the young lady or the young man, or, whatever it is you're dealing with. That in itself is ludicrous. Okay? So thank y'all so much for stopping by. Reconsider these LDRs, guys. I know everybody's not old enough to retire. You're not financially able to retire and everything else. But I would just come over here, and if things, heated up, I'd enjoy myself and go back home. I wouldn't make it serious. This is prolonging your ability to come over here for good. Imagine if you invested or just saved the cost of the round trip ticket. If you did that for a whole year, instead of coming over here 3 or 4 times, then you'd be able to stay here longer. You can't miss what you never had. See, once you come over here and you stick your banana in the woman's tailpipe, it's over, guys. These relationships, these long-distance relationships will drive you crazy. They will drive you insane. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find it in your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. If I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get yourself involved in one of these long-distance relationships. It's going to cost you. You can say whatever you want about long-distance relationships, but they're very expensive. I couldn't do it. It's torture. You find yourself in love or you got feelings for the young lady. You're way 8,000 miles away. You can't come over here every month. It's 2 times, 3 times a year. That adds up on top of the money you're sending every month. They're going to nickel and dime you to death. They're always going to be needing something. She's going to start spending money that she doesn't have because it's your money. It's a win-win situation for her. It's a no-win situation for you. Just think about it. Okay, slow down. Remember, slow down. If you want to improve your outcomes over here, one main way is to don't get involved into a long-distance relationship. Wait till you're able to come over here and be over here for good and all, or whatever it is. Or just come over here, have some fun. Don't get serious. Don't get tied up, man. And then tie it up. Because you start having babies, man, we've already talked about that already. It's a lot of tricks and traps that you can get caught up in when you start coming to the Philippines, dating and getting involved with women, man. We talked about it all already, but you guys aren't listening. Shout out to Will. Shout out to my buddy in the other country. I'm not trying to call y'all out, but your situation is going to help somebody else to make a better decision. Take care, everybody.